Another one of the exercises we like to work on with kids that are just starting out their fitness journey is we like to do a high plank or push-up top position hold. This builds really good shoulder stability strength as well as core strength. And this teaches their body and how to stack the ribs and the hips together, which allows them to create better stability. So when they're on the ice playing, they're gonna be more stable. They're gonna get knocked off less pucks. So to get set up with this one, we're gonna ask the athlete just to move back a little bit here. They're gonna get their hands down in front of them. We want their hands underneath their shoulders. We wanna think nice and long through head, shoulders, and hips. This athlete's a little hypermobile, so we wanna make sure the elbows are just slightly bent. We want the muscles to do the job. We don't wanna be stacked through the joint. So this will make it harder for him, so we have to be aware. So just a little bit of elbow bend. And then from here, we want to get him to flatten through his upper back. So he's going to bend. Good. He's going to hold this position here. And now that core is really working. And if you have your hockey stick, what you can do is you can take your hockey stick, place it on his back in between his low back, mid back, and his head. So if he lifts his head up just a tad, should be in one straight line. Now we know that we're using those muscles to create stability. From the side, we're going to get the athlete to put his hands underneath his shoulders, and is going to get him into that high push-up position, so walk his feet back. So we want to make sure that shoulders are over top of hands. We want to be strong through that core, and we want to have slight elbow bend. Because he's hypermobile, he wants to lock out his arms and rely on the joints for stability, where we need the muscles to do the job. So when the athletes are doing this, a couple faults you'll see is they start to round through their low back, so you got to make sure that they're stacked through their hips and their ribs. So sometimes you might have to support their hips from this position here. You ask them to just drop through their chests a little bit, making sure their hips don't drop. So the hips are gonna stay here, soft through the elbows. A little bit more, buddy. Good, and he's gonna hold that position. This is very challenging, so sometimes you might have to get them to do this off their knees. So what that would look like is he would drop down to his knees, he would keep this exact same position. So hips are up, good, yeah, right through there. Now he's gonna slightly bend his arms. So by going to his knees, he is shortening his body, which creates less weight for him to hold himself in this position. This is still challenging for him, and this allows him to do it properly. We're nice and flat through here. So once again, taking this hockey stick, and he lifts his head just a tad. We have 3 points of contact: back of the head, middle of our back, and our tailbone. And always making sure that those elbows are soft. So for this athlete, we would start here in this position, build up that strength and endurance before we go back up to the toes.